So, man, I gotta ask right away. I mean, has anyone come to King's MMA yet to accept your open challenge?
Uh, no, but I've had plenty people try, and they're coming. We'll see.
Yeah. What's up with that? Are you getting a lot of trolling lately or something? What's going on?
Yeah, I just get bored and troll back.
Yeah, always good to have a little
The
fun with
thing is,
it.
this social media for me is a toy. You know what I mean? It's nothing that I take serious. So I get bored, I go on it, troll right back.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Gotta have fun with it every now and then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, man, I mean, as for the fight coming up, big fight, you're a little bit of a slight underdog coming in here against Israel, and I feel like this has kind of been a common theme throughout your career. Like going all the way back to Tough. You proved everyone wrong by becoming the show's youngest winner in history. Do you feel like you're still kind of maybe not be getting the proper recognition you deserve?
Yeah, man. I mean, that's just the storybook of my career as being the underdog. Just because I think it's my height. I'm so much smaller than every other middleweight. I might be the smallest middleweight on the roster. And so people count me out. You know what I mean? They see me, they see a pudgy Mexican, and they just don't think he can fight.
Do you kind of like that role though? Does it give you like maybe less pressure because everyone's I feel like more of the spotlight even in this one's kind of on Israel. He's the
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it just because it's not pressure. Absolutely, it's not pressure for me at all. Just come in there and surprise everybody. And spotlight's not on me. I don't really like the spotlight on me. I kind of just keep to myself for the most part. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I think you being still in that role kind of is pretty surprising though, especially when you see how far you've come and you've fought and beaten multiple UFC champions already. And with that in mind, I mean, where do you think that Israel stacks up with some of those guys that you've already fought?
Yeah, I don't know how he stands because he hasn't fought any of them. So
Yeah,
yeah, I wouldn't know. You know what I mean? He's gonna fight me. He's gonna fight a top contender for the first time, and it can be a serious step up in competition. I don't think he's been through the fire that I've been through. Hasn't fought the kind of competition that I've fought in UFC. So I think this step up in competition is going to be overwhelming for him.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, in his last fight, he actually fought someone that you were matched up against during a point last year with Anderson Silva. So, what did you think of that performance? Do you think it was, good enough to earn him a title shot here against you?
I was there in Australia watching that fight. I was there front row, and every time he hit Anderson, Anderson kind of just told him like, "Hey, keep hitting me."
Yeah, yeah.
Kept waving him on, putting his hands down, putting his chin in the air, and I felt like that was me hitting him. He would have dropped in the first punch.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I just don't think he has that pop in his punches. He doesn't have that pop in his kicks like everybody thinks. And he's a very skilled fighter, no doubt about that. But I was there front row, and what I saw did not impress me.
Yeah. And, since he is kind of that guy with who we're still kind of figuring stuff out about him, he's undefeated, got all the hype around him. Is it a little bit more exciting for you to fight a guy like that over Whitaker? I mean, of course, they're both exciting, but is it more fun to try and take this guy out compared to Whitaker, or how do you look at it?
It's exciting because I get to be the first guy to beat him.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. You know what I mean? Other than that, I don't believe he deserves to be there, fight for the title. But, I don't believe he deserves to be there, fight for the title, but, you know what I mean? I just don't think he has that pop in his punches. You know what I mean? I just don't think he has that pop in his kicks like everybody thinks. And he's a very skilled fighter, no doubt about that. But, I was there front row, and what I saw did not impress me.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's gone through the fire that I've gone through, or that any other top 5 fighter has gone through. You know what I mean? He hasn't beaten the elite. And so it's just going to be an overwhelming night.
Yeah. And, kind of going back a little bit to all the talented fighters that you've already fought in the past, is there anyone that you've kind of compared him to in terms of your previous opponents? Because this fight, it reminds me a little bit of your UFC debut against Uriah Hall, actually.
A little bit, just because of the way they fight, very elusive strikers.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of got reminded of the Neil Magny fight just because of his height.
Yeah.
How tall he was, how much it took me about 2.5 rounds for me to kind of figure out that kind of body. You know what I mean? When I fought Neil Magny, I didn't really turn it up until the 3rd round. And so now we know how to fight those body types, and I feel confident to fight them.
Yeah. Have you had anybody come into training and kind of try and replicate that, that style or his body specifically?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've had plenty of guys that were 6'3", 6'4", good strikers and good wrestlers both.
Yeah, very nice. And I mentioned the Uriah Hall fight. That fight will have actually been 6 years ago to the day when you fight Israel for the interim title next Saturday. And I mean, that's a crazy thing by itself, But man, just how great has this whole journey been for you? I mean, is this about how long you thought it would take to get a title shot, or did you think it would be sooner?
Yeah, man, I thought it was definitely going to come sooner. You figure you win the Ultimate Fighter, you beat a couple of contenders, and you're on your way to a title shot. But it just didn't quite work out like that when we did it. Yeah, man, nothing comes without hurdles. Nothing comes without its challenges. And, you feel like, you're going one way, but then life takes you the other way,
Yeah.
So it's just one of those memes that people put out. You think you're going to go on a straight line, but really life takes you in all these squiggly, routes,
Yeah. Well, hey, I mean, if you're a believer in everything happens for a reason, I mean, 6 years ago to the day, that seems kind of, like something's supposed to go down there, right? Well, meant to be.
Absolutely, man. There's something there, right? There's something. Absolutely, I do believe things happen for a reason, and at the time, I wasn't able to see the bigger picture, and slowly, I'm starting to gaze at it now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure that's kind of a thing that just comes with maturity, because, I mean, you started super young and, you're still super young. And so it's just kind of a thing that happens over time, I'm sure, right?
Yeah. Well, what I mean is, when the thing with Rob happened, you can't see the bigger picture then,
Mm-hmm.
But, it's slowly unveiling itself.
Yeah, for sure. And, speaking of Rob, do you think that winning the interim belt will be as satisfying as winning the undisputed belt?
I think so. It should. I think so. I mean, it's a belt. It's a world championship.
Yeah.
At least that's what they're calling it, and I think so. Yeah. In my mind, I believe so.
Yeah. I mean, it sets up for that one.
I mean, although it is a little bittersweet. You know what I mean? I mean, this is not the fight that I wanted. I wanted to fight for the undisputed title. I wanted to fight in Australia against the hometown guy, but things happen for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, the setbacks, like, with Rob having to pull out and stuff, it's made you, I'm surely a little bit less active than you would like to be. You only had one fight last year. So, after this one, ideally, when would you like to, get that undisputed title fight set up?
Oh man, I I've been in camp since November of last year. So after I win this title, I'd like to be able to get a little break. Just a little break. You know what I mean? I've had to wait on Rob for almost a year. I think it's only fair they wait for me a little bit now.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But, you know, that's happening.